Alan up here in the digital gantry with me. Of course, as always, at least 6 feet away from me. Alan, how's it going?
It is going great. In spite of ourselves being terrible at this, I think we're going to have to give this one a shot again. It's Ray Samora against Phill Grooms. That's 2 L's, 2 O's, from known from the USL podcast or USL show
The USL
podcast.
show. Yeah, it's the battle of the podcast here tonight. Let's jump on down to the digital touchline. Ray, how's it going? How's your team in training this week?
Been doing great. And it's not just, podcasts, it's BGN podcast. It's a battle of the BGN network podcast. My team's been doing good, coming off a tough 1-0 loss off of a tough header. We talked about it this past week on our podcast. So we're ready to come back, hoping for just a strong performance. Hopefully, I'm not going to be too mean on Phill. Hopefully, uh, it's a good match, but I want to win, and I have to win.
Well,
Yeah.
hopefully. Oh, go ahead, Alan, please.
I was just going to say Ray needs to put some wins in there if he wants to make the playoffs by summer's end.
Well, he'll be hoping today not for an angel from Montgomery, but an angel from Moscow.
Boom, boom, boom.
If you are unaware of what's going on and you're wondering why Alan and I are talking like complete and utter buffoons, we are trying to see just how many John Prine song lyrics and titles we can shove into this as possible. That's what she said. I'm not too sure. A bit like Where All the Money Goes, The Hole in My Dad's Arm, Where All the Money Goes. That's from Sam Stone, of course. So what time is this game kicking off today, Alan? Ray, I guess you're the man with the knowledge. Are we doing a 7 p.m.?
Yeah, scheduled kickoff for 7 p.m. I know Phill was on Twitter just a short while ago saying he's ready for this match and trying to get some viewers on his end. It's what, just about under 10 minutes to go now, 9 minutes to go.
Yeah, let's run through some not ads, shall we, Alan? I will defer to you, your beautiful radio voice and beautiful radio face.
It'll be like paradise. Today we have a couple of our game is brought to you by Growler Brand Clothing. Growler Brand Clothing. It's beer-inspired clothes, but they are also responsible for the lovely logo for the orange and black SoccerCast. So we want to give a shout out to them for their support and their beautiful branding that they provided the podcast. And again, just like last week, Ray will be donating $1 per goal. Hopefully he has more than zero. And that is for Relay for Life of South Orange County. You can go to donate.ocscpodcast.com. And that'll take you to where you can give to Relay for Life for South Orange County, the digital relay, which is my favorite because you can sit on the couch.
And also, don't forget, people can also go to that website if they want to join the OCSC team and actually participate if the event actually takes place. But who knows at this point if it's taking place, but I'm sure there will be something involved in the near future, hopefully.
It is worth raising money for nonetheless. This is not an aimless love. We, of course, Ray, wish you all the best during this game. It's happening to you, So, what to say?
And what about my awesome-looking roughneck scarves, Orange County scarf here that I got going on that I've been wearing or that I'm going to sport during this match? Hopefully I don't get too hot wearing it. It's actually one of the nice thick scarves. I mean, not one of those really thin ones that they had a few seasons back.
No, sir. No, nothing but the good stuff over here. Roughneck Scarves, of course, the official scarf supplier of MLS, USL, and US Soccer. Granted, you probably don't want to support the first or last ones of those based on the recent news and perhaps the 12-minute difference between tweets as the US Developmental Academy shut down earlier this week to be most likely replaced by some weird MLS stepchild, of course. Alan, your thoughts on that situation?
I think it's kind of terrible, but the MLS came out literally in the ashes of the Development Academy burning down. But I am also a little bit hopeful that the USL can fill some gaps and we can, kind of reimagine what the Development Academy can be and do it right. I think USL has a unique opportunity here to do some good work in supporting youth soccer, and hopefully some of our talented young youth who can't afford to pay to play, that they could have some opportunities to make it onto a pitch and have a chance to play and develop and end up as a pro. That's what I'm hoping for.
It's a fair shout. Of course, a lot of people, especially even refs, actually from US Soccer, complained a good amount about developmental academy games being soulless little husks of matches because these kids were generally pretty affluent. So hopefully we get a few more of those kids, and we can get some diamonds in the rough, if you will, and really polish those and get some quality out onto the men's national team for the first time in history. Is that too on the nose?
I mean, I never think too on the nose is bad unless you're trying to do a satire or comedy. You're trying to break some stuff down. I think right on the nose is appropriate in this.
Yes.
And that's been the 6 o'clock news, folks.
Sure, certainly. Of course, unless your name is Don Garber, you're probably not the oldest baby in the world. So this situation could be some good news for your local teams. Of course, Phoenix Rising, one of the better run USL clubs, has a developmental academy team, or had a developmental academy team that was scheduled to begin play this year. We'll see what happens with that, but rest assured they'll probably end up in the USL Academy, just like Orange County, just like San Antonio, St. Louis, who did pretty well, and our good friend Phill Grooms from St. Louis, of course. So
right.
lots to look forward to in the coming times. This pandemic won't last forever. Maybe someday I'll be in a real gantry with Alan. Probably not, because no one in their right mind would ever let us do this for something that really means anything, but here we are anyway with just a few minutes until kickoff.
But it is a big old goofy world, so who knows what would happen if we were given the chance.
It's just one red rose, just one reach out, and we could be up there announcing on ESPN Plus. Who knows? Maybe Alan is the next Mike Watts, and I'm the next also Mike Watts, because I can't think of any other. Tyler Terrence. Can't tell you the names of any other of these ESPN Plus announcers. Is Tyler Terrence still an ESPN Plus announcer, or is he the one in Chicago now? Or is that
he
Devin
is the
Kerr?
one in Chicago now.
Oh, Devin Kerr. There we go. We got
Devin Kerr is the color analyst, if you will, the very opinionated color analyst.
Yes.
But
as long as you guys beat out those guys from Sacramento, that'd be awesome.
Yes. Well, I'm short on my daytime enemies, but I probably have more skill anyway.
Oh, hey, Jasper.
My love.
Can we do this? I guess, gentlemen, let's just talk briefly about this match and maybe do some match predictions.
Let's do it.
We also did a poll on Twitter a little bit that just ended right before or right about the time we went live. A whole whopping 5 of you voted on this, and basically we just asked a simple question: who's going to win the match, DJ Ray Samora or Phill Grooms? And 100% of the votes came through for yours truly, DJ Ray Samora.
Well, I do think you have an opportunity to get some sweet revenge today for losing last week against an 0-3 Phill Grooms 0 points side, or 0-3-0. I'm not sure how that works ever. I have to look it up every time. But Phill has yet to win a game, so I think you get some sweet revenge after losing last week and move on in the win column this week.
I think the proper way to do it is win, loss, draw. What Ray has done is win, draw, loss. Whatever works for you. I don't know if you've been hitting the wine like Alan is now as we're getting prepped for this game, but of course, Ray Samora, 6 points after suffering that loss last week. Phill Grooms yet to pick up any points. 3 straight losses. He doesn't seem too confident heading this match. So, Ray, what are you looking to do? How much money are you looking to donate tonight?
I'm hoping to donate at least a minimum of $5 in this match, if not more. Definitely would hopefully get closer to a $10 donation, but I'm not going to be too greedy on that. And then I just want to say I don't know quite how the records are supposed to be when it comes to soccer. I know a lot of leagues, when you go, like, say the Premier League website or a few other soccer league websites, they do it win, draw, loss. That's the reason I did it for ad for the game or the match or whatever. But whatever works best for everyone.
We'll never have anything easy. That's how soccer
there he
is.
is.
Here comes Phill Grooms. We will now switch on over to the match feed.
I think he's actually currently a little busy at the moment, so we might have a little bit more to talk about.
Great. Well, I hope everyone enjoyed looking at John Prine's face as I scrolled through my windows really there. Of course, if you need a music recommendation, the late, great John Prine and his 2018 album, The Tree of Forgiveness, is something truly incredible. A Caravan of Fools is definitely how I would describe this whole entire setup. But, God only knows what will happen during this match, and God only knows what will happen when I get to heaven. If you're not sick of John Prine yet, you're going to be later.
Have we been keeping track of how many? I think we're well on our way here.
We're well over, I think, 15 now. Oh heck, look at us go.
Against all odds.
Against all odds.
We're the big door prize.
Ray, of course, we're gonna defer to you to let us know when this game is getting started. But if anyone needs a podcast recommendation, we would highly recommend Three Honest Lads, which features some aforementioned men. Alan, I know you listened to that one, so do you want to give us a little teaser there?
It's a USL overview with a couple guys who call games for the USL league wide. It is some poop housery, if you will, and some sassiness is included. A free side of sassy, if you will, and some usually some pretty decent hot takes. It'll be interesting to see how it is when since Tyler Terrens has stepped away, see if the two gentlemen who are filling in for him can take over. But it seems like everything Mike Watts does is quality. And we'll see how that transitions to that podcast realm, replacing someone as energetic and as engaging as Tyler Terrens is. But I have lots of faith in Mike Watts in doing that job.
And if you listen to that podcast and you hate it, please quit hollering at me.
I hope you're okay there, Dylan, because I know you got a couple sneezes going on there, so I hope you're not allergic to whatever Alan was spewing.
I did, of course. I am white, so I'm allergic to just about everything, and it is spring, so that's not helping anything.
And we're going live, gentlemen, just so you know.
Look at us. We are going live. It is game time.
Spartak Moscow versus Dusseldorf.
Had one for this. Oh, Milwaukee, here I come. No, this is not the MASL. This is not the Milwaukee Tide, whatever they're called. No, Moscow, here I come. Let's head on over to the stadium, or at least to this weird training ground, which is beautiful, and I believe it is once again.
Now, Dusseldorf is on the road, although they would love to be playing at home in a beautiful German afternoon. They're going to be forced to play in Russia. And my dogs are voicing their displeasure about that, apparently.
Those dogs are some true patriots here in America. Of course, the eUSL Game 4 for both Ray and Phill Grooms here. Spartak Moscow versus Dusseldorf, as Alan said. Here we go.
Dusseldorf does feature American Zach Steffen as a player on loan for Manchester City. I'm not sure if he gets to start tonight. We'll have to find out if Ray ever gets a shot on goal.
The odds seem high with Sherla connecting with a Fernando pass just a little bit out, but he's forced to play it wide off to the left wing to Ayrton. Ayrton plays it to Ponce. Ponce's cross is put out by Suttner for a corner.
And this corner kick is brought to you by Relay for Life for South Orange County. Donate today at donate.ocscpodcast.com.
Beautiful segue there, Alan. Hopefully a good swing in from this cross. We'll see what happens. Ball's played in, headed away to the top of the box. Dusseldorf able to clear it.
So some of you watching may be confused why it says F95 instead of Dusseldorf, but that is, it's Dusseldorf Turn und Sportsverein Fortuna 1895, and that's their full name, apparently. Founded in 1895, where the 95 comes from, and it's actually Fortuna Dusseldorf, where the F comes from.
And here comes a counterattack, the shot. Oh no! Ray is conceded. No one saw this one coming. Do we have a giant killing coming? Phill Grooms currently in the lead.
If thunder was desire, that would be what it looks like, folks. What a goal by Phill Grooms.
Tech Petty puts Dusseldorf on the board. 7 minutes gone. It's Spartak 0, Dusseldorf 1. Wow, I don't think anyone saw that one coming.
I am legitimately speechless how terrible Ray was in defense on that play.
Anyway, here comes Zobnin taking a shot. Maybe not a bad take, but he puts it high and wide at the top right corner. And
although I haven't seen it chip that bad since I was on the golf course.
Beautiful, great comment. Zach Steffen gets things underway for Dusseldorf. But Moscow win the ball, and here they come. Sherla, 30 yards out. Sherla plays in Zobnin. Zobnin's dispossessed.
And there's Ray with his really high press again, getting that turnover.
See if it works out for him like it worked out for his opponent last week. Who knows what's really going to happen here. But
oh, got close.
Cross.
But
maybe wasted there.
Maybe.
Gijo gathers, plays it into Teal. Teal's dispossessed. Morales with his back to the attacking goal is able to work his way out of pressure, and Dusseldorf look comfortable at the moment. Phill Grooms doing well. Maybe downplaying his ability here, taking some pressure off of himself. He's just happy to hold possession here in his own half.
You're going to see a lot of umlauts on the field today, which is one of my favorite types of accents in... Oh, wow.
My God. Gijo absolutely, I don't know how to say that, bottles it like he plays for Spurs. I don't know what's going on here. Stoger scores one, slides head first into the corner flag. The whole team's there. We're all celebrating now. Somehow, it's 2-0 Phill Grooms. It's 2-0 Dusseldorf. Stoger after 17 minutes. This is something.
That is Austrian Kevin Struger.
Is there one of those weird SB looking things going on there?
No, just another umlaut.
Okay.
That's the thing with the two dots over the vowel. For those of you at home who can't see this, although I don't know why you wouldn't be able to see this, we have some touch. Oh, terrible! And there he is, Zach Steffen, the American.
Plays it out to Adams. Dusseldorf look well in control of this game despite the pressure from Moscow. We'll see if we can get another one on a clean break. But so far, yeah, maybe a little bit of lazy defending on the half of Ray has led to a very early and a pretty big deficit. So Ishenko, was it Bakayev, Zobnin to Fernando.
I know he said he wanted to be 5-0, but no one thought he meant 5-0 for the other side.
Yeah, that was, of course, a mainstay of any of Ray's match predictions from the second half of last year when Orange County actually in real life was doing pretty well on the pitch. Don't think it works that way in FIFA, but who knows what his thought process is going here as Morales plays the ball up through the middle of the pitch for Dusseldorf, and here they come. Hennings, all by himself, takes a low shot, but Shikaya blocks, and here come Moscow. Out on the left wing, Ponce plays it in to Teal. Teal through ball to Sherla. Sherla, two men on him, finds a little bit of space. Nowhere to go forward though. Fernando, Teal's shot straight into the hands of Steffen for an easy, comfortable save.
I know they have to press here and play with some type of abandon as they're down 2-0, but it's still pretty early. I think Ray just needs to make sure he stays calm, get one back.
Zach Steffen with an amazing save to deny Sherla there. Close range.
If Spartak Moscow get the next goal, I think they're fine, but they have to get one quick.
Here comes the cross, headed away again. Corner's not working today for Moscow. Bakayev, Ponce under heavy pressure. Gives up the ball to Berisha after working his way out of trouble. Maybe a little bit of cheap play there. Schutner.
It looks like they got confused about what red and white team they were playing for as he played it to a wide open Dusseldorf player.
Ayrton gathers on the left wing. Good job to stop that attack, intercepting that cross. Plays it into Ponce. Ponce's pass is terrible, and Fernando does well to make the tackle and clear it out.
I believe the term you were looking for was a hot garbage on that pass.
That is very, very fair. Safe to say Ray is not in paradise at the moment.
It is true. Although looking down the touchline, the coach does have a smile on his face. I don't know if that's an ironic smile,
Maybe
or just trying to keep up the good mood around on the touchline. As he's getting absolutely torn apart on the goal in the box.
Tech Petty, the first goal scorer, plays it into Stoger, the second goal scorer. Stoger is dispossessed by Gijo, maybe actually trying to defend now after that glaring mistake he made. And here come Moscow. I've said it a few times the last couple games, but nothing's come of it yet. Zobnin to Thiel. Thiel back to Zobnin. Schürrle 35 yards out. Dusseldorf are sitting very, very far back, content to put 8-9 guys behind the ball and making this little 1-2 attack between Thiel and Schürrle very different.
Here we go.
Schürrle, top right
there
corner.
It is! Let's talk dirty in Hawaiian! What a goal!
There's no sour grapes here. Here's a happy little dance from the German. Don't know what's going on here, but we like it. We got Zobin in there. We got Fernando in there. We've got some other Russian guy in there. Don't remember who that one is. Doesn't matter. Top right corner. I reckon Moscow are back in this one. Andre Schürrle after 40 minutes. 2-1 Dusseldorf. This has been an exciting, high-scoring first half. I wonder if these teams can keep going in the second.
I would assume so, but who knows? As they get a little bit more tired, we've seen that a few games in a row. Coach Ray Samora does not like to make substitutes, so hopefully he can keep up this high pace play on the pitch, or are we going to see a drop off toward the end of that second half?
Well, we've seen a drop off the last 3 matches. I'd expect one's coming here, especially against a defensive side that doesn't do too much venturing out of their own half, save for their 2 forwards up there.
Oh, what a terrible... That was Flair over making sure that he gets that good pass in.
Very, very, very disappointing. Of course, the intended target maybe saying that pass was quite far from me.
Yeah, that was about as disappointing as Kanye's second half of his career.
Oof, and Thiel under heavy pressure gets the shot off. Stefan saves. Fernando with the low header. Oh, off the inside of the post from Ponce. Stefan's able to gather. Goodness me.
Offside?
No, we are going
halftime.
into the half. We'll see if we get to take a look at any of those stats, but Schürrle maybe not too displeased with himself. Pretty high conversion rate there.
A little bit of trivia about Andre Schürrle is he was actually named after his mother.
Beautiful. That's the stuff we are here for, of course.
Offensive numbers look pretty decent, even possession, although that's a terribly unimportant stat. But shots 7-3, shots on target 4-3 in favor of Spartak Moscow. But those 3 shots are all on target for Fortuna Dusseldorf, and 2 of those happen to find the back of the net, so very, very efficient. 0 tackles from Spartak Moscow. Are they just not playing out there on the pitch? What is going on?
I don't know. Of course, Ray still trailing as we head into the second half, but it's not panic time yet. It ain't hurting nobody yet.
And Ray, who's usually pretty well known for his defensive prowess, giving up those 2 goals is pretty uncharacteristic of him. So he must be a little bit disappointed in his play in the first half. Let's see how it goes in the second half.
Of course, Dusseldorf on the attack. You see almost even numbers here as Ray keeps his men forward for that high press, but here comes Thiel with a little bit of space. Waits up a little bit, and Dusseldorf gets 6 men behind the ball and intercept the pass. Adams, the center back, plays it out to the left wing. Suttner gathers. Now I see almost again even strength. Ray happy to play 3-4 men up top here, looking for that equalizer. It's pretty early on, but here comes a great cross, and Hennings wide open under no pressure, and he puts that one wide past the far post. That one's disappointing, but the fans, they'll have some souvenirs from this one.
That's one of those ones where it's like it's almost too open. You think about it too much, and it just doesn't quite get that curling touch into the upper corner.
Yeah, maybe try to use his foot like a frying pan there, and like someone trying to break into his house. You just gotta pass those ones in the back of the net. But here come Moscow. Zobnik tries to play in Shurla. Shurla loses the ball, makes the tackle, but Moscow can't make anything of it. Not yet, at least. Akayev from the top of the box. He's queuing up. Teal, bottom right corner.
I'm gonna need some help for that one. What a goal!
I said it was a caravan of fools earlier, but no, we are in level terms. We are in level terms here. Ray's been a quiet man, but he's certainly having a good time.
That's retribution for his earlier terrible mistake. Just a great play to put that in.
Goodness me, what a terrible attempt from Stefan to even make that save. Just decided to do the splits, not moving anywhere. That's not too great. But goodness.
And now we're up to $2 for the Relay for Life of South Orange County. Let's see if we can't make it 3 before this time the match is over.
Let's see if Ray can do that Growler brand design logo that we have been rocking since the beginning of the year. Some pride. Maybe that one was a little bit forced, but hey, why not? Why not go for it anyway? Which is probably an apt description of how Ray attacks in the box. Ponce to Fernando in the middle of the park. The questionable
I'm not sure.
Forward pass. I'm not even sure what that was supposed to be.
I think that was more hopeful than purposeful on that one.
That's true. And Berisha, 25 yards out, straight at Selikov, who punches it over the bar.
That was some terrible defense. Yeah, the defender actually pulls away from the guy with the ball for some reason, leaving him tons of space.
So much space. Really should have done better with that one.
I haven't seen defense like that since I watched the last Tacoma match.
Beautiful stuff. And here comes Teal. It's a 4-on-1. He smartly plays the ball back to Bakayev. And Moscow gathering, building slowly here. Fernando making some inroads into the Dusseldorf half. But no, the flare again. That's a bad boy right there. His day is not done yet, but if he keeps making mistakes like that, Ray Samora might make his first substitution of the season and pull him off.
Some of these kids is like they rather end up on ESPN than actually make a good pass. Trying to get that top 10 highlight, and that is offside.
Clear as day, nothing to complain about.
Not even a USL assistant referee would have missed that one.
Yeah, you could stick a needle in my eye and I would still be able to point that one out for you. Depth perception not needed. Gijo will get us restarted, playing it back to Selikov, who has had his fair share of mistakes at the back with the ball at his feet. So curious decision, but now the ball is out on the right flank with the right back Ishinko. Of course, happy birthday, speaking of right backs, to former Orange County right back Joe Miko, who turns 25. You can always wish him a happy birthday. Here comes Teal, fighting,
getting a little physical out there.
Yeah, let's get physical. Of course, not a John Prine song.
No,
but good stuff anyway. Ponce to Jakaya in the middle of the park. Shurla, 3 men in front of him, 1 man on his back. Morales fouls him.
Interesting.
I don't know if it was a foul, but it was heavy pressure. Definitely wasn't playing the ball the entire time, and it looks like we've got 5 men in the
got a little bit
here.
Got a little bit of a tug there right before the tackle.
We'll see.
And there's a
ref spraying
the spray right on top of the white line that's already permanently on the pitch.
And the mixed stream has dropped. No, we are back.
Uh-oh.
Maybe Shurla's going to come to take this one. Who knows? Hopefully no stream sniping here to make the save. It's the first free kick that might actually be shot. Moscow taking their time.
That was interesting.
That was anticlimactic. Shikaya tries to play in
What
Teal at the top of the
a
box,
waste.
but loses the ball. And after all that time, it's 2-2, 75 minutes gone.
It's an interesting design to not put that one anywhere close to what we would call on frame.
Not even attempting a shot at all is bold move when you're only 25 yards out with a free kick directly at a goal. But here's another chance for them. Ayrton, top of the box. Fernando, just outside of the box. To Teal. Teal's shot poked away by Adams. Dusseldorf able to gather.
He did the defender a favor there by turning into the defender as opposed to away from him. But pretty good positioning by that defensive player there.
Shirley intercepts a ball. And now, again, if you're watching, just take a quick look at how quickly Dusseldorf get back. Phill Grooms not taking any chances, maybe happy to hold on to a point. But Till, top of the box. Morales gets his foot in, prevents the shot. Doesn't dispossess him. Now Zobman, top of the D. His second shot of the night. Same place as before.
So remember when I said that was the worst chip I saw earlier? Nope. That one beat it for sure. Looks like we're going to get a substitute here.
See what happens.
And
Mirzov coming on for Ponce. No, coming on for... Seems like we're just doing whatever we want at this point.
All right.
Bold move. Mirzov, left midfielder, coming in for Ponce. A left midfielder. Makes sense. You see that ultra attacking. That's what we're going for here. Dusseldorf also making a substitution.
And that's the Rays' first sub of the season.
I'm surprised it's not Zobnin after those two horrific attempts on goal. But
I blame that on the coach for probably telling him to go for that soft touch.
That's true. Maybe he's got the
Nice
crowd
turn.
in his ears. Shirla, top of the box. Fernando
Face.
tees up. Stefan punches it wide.
Oh. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is why the American Zach Steffen is playing in Europe.
He's maybe the only hope for the actual senior team of the United States right now. Did well to get across to that one.
Tips.
The Moscow fans are getting loud. They want to see some fireworks here. Maybe a late winner. That would certainly make this a good time.
That box is busy like there are flies in the kitchen.
That cross was good, but Fernando misplays the clearance, and maybe Dusseldorf have a time to get a late winner. They're looking to counter quickly. Only two men back.
Wait.
Zimmer beats his man.
Are we going to get a race special right here where he makes a silly mistake? Oh, nope.
Maybe
Very
looks
good
not.
defense.
Teal's doing some work. And
Plays
now,
into space.
Here comes... Oh, no. The pass is intercepted. Teal doing a lot of defensive work in that number 10 position. That's highly commendable from him. That is the high press defined. And Ayrton winning the ball back, the left back. He's got a man inside of him and two men in front of him. Mirzov looks to Teal.
Under
Sure.
3 minutes to go in regulation
Fernando
time.
Probably won't be taking a shot this time. Shirla, the top of the D. He looks to side foot one out.
And again,
another corner.
Another relay for life for South Orange County corner. Donate.ocscpodcast.com. Did that go off a shoulder or a face?
Who knows? Of course, apologies for the issue with the mixer stream here. Ayrton crosses it in. The cross isn't cleared at all. Bakayev over to Zhikayev. Mirzov, the substitute. 3-2. It's a 90th minute winner. Goodness me.
Make me an angel that flies from Montgomery. What a goal.
Hey, good looking. That one might be the winner of tonight's match.
What a stunner.
Goodness
Hard.
to me.
He tries to go for the De Gea save.
Stefan
and just like De Gea, he
again.
misses.
Stefan again just trying to do the splits. I don't know what he's doing out there. That's not what we're doing here. We've seen some questionable gymnastics from Moscow, so maybe he's looking for a transfer, but who knows what's going on. Mirzov, the substitute. Fernando. Are we going to see another Moscow goal? No. Zonka says no, sir. Dispossesses him, and here we go. Dusseldorf, one last attack. 20 seconds left before the ref blows the whistle.
I think
Moscow
Moscow wants to make a sub, but I think they're happy for that win.
Yeah, a very, very late winner. 90th minute winner from the substitute. Maybe we understand that substitution now. That was a good, solid play. Of course, Phill Grooms and Dusseldorf probably kicking themselves. Had a 2-goal lead that they gave up there. You see Karaman, the Dusseldorf captain there, shaking his head, but wow, a big 3 points there for Ray.
Wow, came back from 2-0 down. He was 2 down in the 17th minute, comes back with 3 goals, an absolute dagger at the end to pull one back, to put him up 1 and to win.
Let's take a look back at some of these goals. Just bad goalkeeping there. And
right.
Now we're going to look at nothing instead. So let's head on over and speak to Ray Samora. Ray, a very late winner from your first substitute of the season. How pleased are you with that game?
Well, I'm pleased that I got the victory, but the method of that victory definitely played it too close, allowing my opponent to take an early lead and then actually extend it by an extra goal. So 2-0 lead and somehow get 3 unanswered. And like you mentioned, I decided to make a sub finally, and it paid off. So maybe I'll have to keep doing that in future matches. But it's now 2 weeks in a row where I'm sort of disappointed with my performance out there.
We are too.
I have nothing else to add to that one. It's a big old goofy world that you could come back in this one and get 3 points. I am very, very surprised. But
what did you tell the boys at halftime to spark that amazing comeback?
Well, I gave them all some of my special Gatorade drink. Told them to get out there, play a little bit harder, be a little bit more physical.
Coach, are you admitting to doping right now? Is that what you're admitting to?
I will not admit to anything other than I gave them a special Gatorade drink to help them out.
Well, of course, it's a Russian team, so what do we really expect?
It's like a B12 shot?
No, but I basically, the plan for the second half was be more physical, play better defense, because I think you guys said that in the stream, that's one of my strengths is my defense. But that first half, I was getting beat left and right. There was just massive breakdowns defensively, and that's why had to turn it up the second half, and we did just that.
And I do feel a little bit bad for Phill Grooms. I think that's a match that he, would like to walk away from a draw with at that point. But that amazing low shot beats Zach Steffen low, tries to make that save with his foot. What did that mean for the team, the season early on? Coach, what did that mean for the team?
It meant that we're still only 3 points behind the top of the table, which always means something, although goal differential wasn't helped out by this match. But to at least keep pace with the 3 or 4 teams that are going to be ahead of us on the table, heading into this next week where I'm going to have 2 matches, and one of those matches is against one of the top teams in the league. So that's going to be definitely an important this was an important outcome to stay close, and hopefully I can pull off the sweep this week.
Yeah, you can't be living in the future yet, but it's always good to be right out there, on the edge of the top of the table, edge of the playoffs, looking in, saying hello in there. Who knows what's to happen? But how many weeks do we have left of this, Ray?
Let me look at the schedule here really quick. We go for 18 weeks, so we're right now week 4. So do your math.
14.
Nope.
Okay.
It's the weekend. And not the artist, the actual weekend, and I refuse to do any math over the weekend.
That's America's Educators for you. Of course, if you think you could do better than America's Educators here, embodied by Alan, or maybe better than Ray's tactics, there is a supporters USL MLS Rocket League tournament that Orange County is going to have a team that's 3-on-3, so none of that 1-on-1 getting blown out by some collegiate pro 30-0. None of that. 3-on-3, best of the supporters. So if you want to join, give a shout out to the County Line Coalition. Start asking questions and see. They're looking for 5 people on a team. I believe they have 2 or 3 right now. So 2 people as subs.
Now, do one of those play that are participating? Is one of those you, Dylan?
It certainly is.
Nice.
So soon, you two can roast me as I play video games on the internet because we've got nothing better to do. Ray, any final parting thoughts from tonight's match?
Yeah, so $3 to donation off of those 3 goals, so that's a good thing there. Other than that, I mean, I'm looking forward to a strong week. I hope everyone's staying safe, staying inside, doing your part to flatten this curve. And yeah, thanks for hanging out with us and watching. And thank you, Dylan Allen, for all you do on the play-by-play.
Of course.
I'm sure it's more my pleasure than the listening audience, but we do our best.
Yes, of course. If someone could go through and just tally the amount of John Prine references, that would be greatly appreciated. Maybe I'll get bored enough this weekend to do it. Maybe Alan will get bored enough to do it this weekend, but he's drinking wine, so it's probably bedtime for him. We will bid you adieu now, but as always, stay safe, and we'll talk to you soon. For Ray and for Alan, it's Dylan, and we are